I have the most sweeping overreaction that I have possibly ever had in the history of this show.
Okay.
The 2021 NFL draft quarterback class is the worst class in the history of the NFL, and I'm not sure it's even all that close. They were 0-4 this weekend. The fifth one, his team won, but he had as much to do with it as the water boy did. They're all busts. To some level or another, they are all busts.
Mm-hmm.
Even Trevor Lawrence.
Really? Why?
He's not what he was billed to be. Fact or fiction, he is not what he was billed to be.
Not yet.
3 years in, you would expect that you have gotten to that point. 4 times you got in the red zone yesterday. How many times did you get in the end zone? Against a team that's not great defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Now, am I saying he's a historic bust? No, but he was supposed to be a historic prospect. They're fine. I'm not backing off Jacksonville. They had a great chance to win that game. But Trevor Lawrence is not what he was billed to be. By hook or by crook, he is not what you were told he was. He was supposed to be a generational quarterback. Where does he fit among quarterbacks in the NFL right now?
I mean, is he top?
Is he better than
top 12, maybe?
Oh, he's definitely top 12. He was supposed to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Third year, you have not taken that jump. And Dave in our YouTube chat said the Chiefs' defense is better than most people think. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm.
You did not do anything yesterday that should have won you that game. Jacksonville Jaguars should have beaten the Kansas City Chiefs. They didn't. You know why? Because they're better coached and Pat Mahomes is a better quarterback. Period.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence was billed to be the savior of this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
That franchise is now very good. That defense did a good job of mitigating Pat Mahomes for most of the day. Travis Kelce, I think, had a catch at halftime. And yet you still couldn't find a way to do it. At home, loudest that stadium's been in forever.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't find a way to do it. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. You're not generational.
I still feel like there's a chance that he can make that step. I mean, we felt like he was on the way last year, didn't we?
But have you ever tangibly seen he's on the way? Name me the moment that Trevor Lawrence has had where you went, there he is. There's the Andrew Luck, the John Elway. This is what you were billed to be. I'm not saying he's not good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying he's not what he was billed to be.
He's not generational.
No.
He's not.
And he's just not.
Okay.
Yesterday, he was, I will say he was okay and not the reason they lost. Because he did make a few plays.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, 53% completion guy. Pass rush was, at times, you made the pass rush a thing, whether it was or not. And I did not see Super Bowl winning quarterback at any point yesterday. Did you? And I watched every play of this game.
I don't know. I've seen great quarterbacks have bad games before. It's not.
I'm not saying that you haven't.
I think it's way too early to give up on a guy like Trevor.
Did I say I was giving up on him?
No.
But you're taking what you want me to be saying.
But you are giving up on him. You're giving up on him as far as him being a top quarterback in this league.
Is he ever going to be a top 5 quarterback in this league? Yes or no?
He could be.
I will say no.
Okay.
I will say no because I'm looking around the NFL right now. Is he ever going to be better than Josh Allen?
He could be.
No. No. The high side of Josh Allen, I have never seen from what Josh Allen did yesterday. Mm-hmm. Yes, against a bad Raiders team. I've never seen Trevor Lawrence do it, not one time. Never in his entire career. And I'll even give you a blip year with Urban Meyer. Mm-hmm. You've been a real good team now 2 years in a row. And every single time this team is propped up I said they were going to be the 1 seed in the AFC, and I'm still not backing off that because they're still good, and the schedule is still awful.
Mm-hmm.
You're not better than Pat Mahomes. You're not better than Josh Allen. You're not better than Joe Burrow. I think you're in that nebulous with Justin Herbert. And that's where you're going to stay because I don't see a path to you getting better.
If the turnovers continue to be a problem with Josh Allen, you don't think there's a chance that Trevor Lawrence ever shows he's better than him?
If you told me right now one of these quarterbacks wins a Super Bowl, the other one doesn't, somehow you go back to the future, I would bet my house it's Josh Allen. Because I see a path of him having 3 games where he is generationally fantastic because I've seen him do it. Trevor Lawrence, Every time he gets put into a situation like this, yeah, you can beat the Indianapolis Colts sideways. Whoop-de-doo. C.J. Stroud threw for 3 bills on the Colts yesterday. Sorry, that doesn't really move me much. But I look at this game. QBR, 17. Awesome. That's just dynamic. Last year in the playoffs against Kansas City Chiefs, 54.3. Game that they won against the Chargers, 33.6. You can beat the sin out of bad teams. But when you're asked to step up, and look, you may say, oh, you're too early on Trevor Lawrence. This was a decorated college quarterback that played a lot. You should have come in and not missed a beat. Joe Burrow didn't miss a beat. You played exponentially more than he did. Pat Mahomes didn't miss a beat. Didn't play his first year. Second year, comes in, MVP. Trevor Lawrence do that?
No.
Bust. Because that's what you were supposed to be.
Okay.
That's what you were supposed to be. That's what Andrew Luck was. He was on awful teams with terrible offensive lines. You can't say that about Jacksonville. Offensive line didn't beat you yesterday. Defense held Pat Mahomes to 17 points. You couldn't get in the end zone. Had Calvin Ridley in the back of the end zone. Lobbed it. Because that's what you do. I'm not telling you he's not good.
Shrinks in big moments.
That's where I'm at.
Okay.
I think that's where he's going to be for the duration of his career. He is a guy that he's great. He's a great player. He's not a Hall of Famer. He's not a Super Bowl winner.
You'll be in that.
To me, he's in that Phillip Rivers tier, and that's where he's going to stay.
I still look at Trevor Lawrence, and I feel like he's a guy that's a year behind. He's like that kid that just showed up in second grade and decided, I'm not going to do anything all year long, and they were like, well, we really need to hold you back. And then he ends up being the smartest kid in his class. That could be Trevor Lawrence. He had an entire blip year where he had horrible coaching.
Okay, well,
so then
Pat Mahomes had an entire blip year where he didn't play.
So
can you even compare those two?
What?
Do they even belong in the same sentence?
Who?
Trevor Lawrence and Patrick Mahomes. Do they even belong in the same sentence?
No.
You were billed to be that guy.
He was.
You're not.
Well, is that his fault that he was billed to be that?
I didn't say it was his fault. Sorry, life's not fair. There's one fair in life, and I just sat in its traffic for an hour, and it has funnel cakes and fairy tales.
But what you're saying is because of our expectations on him, he'll never live up to them in a year and a half of playing actual football for a real coach in the NFL.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
All right.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's fine.
They gave you
I am not ready to go there.
And I find it comical that you're not seeing how easy it is for some of these. Okay, let me draw you a comparison. So you're giving me the Urban Meyer thing.
Yep.
The Cincinnati Bengals were more of a dumpster fire than Jacksonville ever thought of being, even with Urban Meyer.
Sure.
There was no talent on that roster whatsoever. Weird. Joe Burrow came in and was immediately special. Trevor Lawrence is not special. There's nothing about him that's special. He's never had a game that was special, that was against a team that did anything anywhere. And am I giving up on him? No. That you're saying what you want me to be saying. What I'm saying is he will go down as he was a great quarterback, and he was bar none the best quarterback in that class. He ain't what you told me he was going to be. And I've thought it since the first time he stepped out on the field. Yesterday was just the confirmation of it doesn't matter what I give you. I can give you a dynamic running back. I can spin on the offensive line. I can throw weapons out here. I can build the defense. You're still not going to beat those high-end guys. And we've seen a ton of quarterbacks do that over the years. There's no shame in that. But now I look at Trevor Lawrence differently today than I did. Now, then we get into the other quarterbacks in that class. Little cherub Cupid himself, Zach Wilson. We've set the bar so low for him. They had a first down with 10 minutes to go in a half of football. And all people could tell me was, well, he looks better than he did before. Sweet. You know what else looks better than he did before? A car wreck. Trains coming off tracks. That's what looks better than Zach Wilson. Is he why they lost yesterday? No. But he helped. The offensive line is what killed you, and just horrific play calling from Nathaniel Hackett. When your star running back comes out and goes, I had 4 touches. What do you want from me? That's a bad sign. I'm not putting it on Zach Wilson, but he's not an NFL quarterback. Jet fans that think, oh, he could come in here. And there was actually talk yesterday that Aaron Rodgers had some kind of special surgery where he could be back for the playoffs. Well, whoop-de-doo. So he could run laps around a football field where somebody else is playing the playoffs, because it won't be the New York Jets. Trey Lance, I can't really say much about him because his team already gave up on him, and he's a third-string quarterback behind Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields, we're good on that now, right?
Oh, 100%.
We're now good. Like, we all understand. I got duped for about a minute, but really I've been right on Justin Fields since day one.
It took something special. It would take something special for you to have to look at the last possession that the Bears had, where he throws the interception at the goal line to Shaq Barrett. How do you do that?
He is horrifically bad.
I'm still trying to figure out what he saw right there. I'm gonna just. I mean,
did you see the all 22 of that play?
No.
There's a tight end that I don't think Todd Bowles, any of the 11 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, maybe half the crowd even knew was on the field. He stares directly at him and goes, no,
yeah,
I want to throw it to that guy because that guy looks sad and I want to make him happy.
He went full, like, rookie of the year, just floated. You remember that movie from when we were kids? I know Jeremy never saw it, but the rest of you did. He floated it. And Shaq Barrett went, oh, look at that, a marshmallow.
Oh, sweet.
That's mine.
Oh,
Thank
piece
you.
of candy.
Appreciate you.
That's a piece of candy, and I would like to have that, please.
Because I was fully ready. I mean, there's 3.5 minutes left on this clock, and we just went up, and we're going to lose this game. This is how you lose this game by 1 point. You go up by 2, leave them 3 minutes to march down the field, and that's Tampa Bay Buccaneer football. Nope. Justin Fields standing right in the way of that, going, hold my beer.
Can we have a real honest discussion about Justin Fields, please?
Absolutely.
His QBR in both games of this year, can you take a stab at what the highest one was?
I'm going to go 22.5, Bob.
Right on the money. You got a 22.8 and a 23.1. 50 is what you get for being league average. But that's just a 2-game sample size. Well, I'm glad you said that. Let's go back to the tape. 51.2, 6, 17.3, 34.6, 29.6, 35.9, 38.6, 55.3, 20.3. Now, you scattered a 92.6 in there. Yay. Oh, that was good. Had a 96.2 in there. You never know when they're going to happen, ever. And it tends to be against teams that, oddly enough, can't rush the quarterback to save their lives.
Mm-hmm.
You hit him, and all of a sudden he looks bad. And then we get to the final, the last quarterback in that class. Surely Bill Belichick wouldn't miss on a quarterback, would he? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, bad. The Miami Dolphins did everything in their power to hand you that game on Sunday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
All Mac Jones had to be was but average. You didn't have to be good. You didn't have to make not dynamic plays. You're pulling out some field goal block that I've never seen anybody do in all the years I've been around this game.
It was beautiful.
It was brilliant, and they did it twice. Blocked it once and completely got into Jason Sanders' head the second time because he's looking over going, he's doing that thing again. He's doing that thing again, and I don't know how to block that because I've never seen anybody do that before.
Right.
And it didn't matter.
What do you call that? The jet sweep blitz?
I don't know.
That's what it looked like.
That's one of those where Bill's playing chess, not checkers. I don't know who would ever think to do that. It was beautiful. It was brilliant. And then they handed Mac Jones the ball, and he went, I'm going to pee in my pants now, and then I'm going to sit in my dirty pee pants all night long.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you on everything except for the Trevor Lawrence thing.
Okay.
Zach
and
Wilson,
look,
Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, we all know they're terrible.
Look,
and they're
Trevor
not
Lawrence
good.
is going to be a starter in this league for a long time. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm saying eventually, what you started this with was the 2021 NFL quarterback class is going to be the worst ever, and it's not close, basically.
Because you have 5.
If Trevor Lawrence ends up being what you say, steady starter in this league, wins a lot of games,
he's going to be super high-end Kirk Cousins.
Is Phillip Rivers, will that not be a better class than what Kyler Murray and Daniel Jones are going to be?
Well, there were only 3 in that class. It was Kyler, Daniel Jones, and Dwayne Haskins. There weren't 5. I have 5 quarterbacks. One that I believe is going to put yes, you did make the Jaguars better. You're not a Super Bowl contender. All right, Jacksonville goes in as the 1 seed. Do you think there is a snowball's chance in Greenville, South Carolina? I was just there. It is the hottest place on the planet. I love it, but it's so hot. Do you think there is a chance he can beat Pat Mahomes, then Joe Burrow, then Jalen Hurts, or whoever else he has to play?
No,
Any shot of that?
Probably not right now.
No. Look at your previous number 1 picks. Joe Burrow. Can he do that? Yeah, he sure can. Yeah, he sure can. And he wasn't even billed to be that kind of prospect. Tua Tagovailoa. Can he do it? Yeah. Justin Herbert, if he had a coach who had an IQ above, I don't know, soap.
Wait. You think Tua can do it, not Trevor?
I think Tua has been propped up by a really smart coach. That, yes, he's going to outsmart himself from time to time. And, yes, Tua does some really stupid things. I saw a throw last night that I still, racking my brain, cannot figure out what in the world did you just see. But we're going to talk about the Miami Dolphins later. I have a definitive take on who the best team in the NFL is and who the second best team in the NFL is. And you know what? This is probably a perfect time to do that. We've got to pay some bills. When we come back, I'll tell you who those 2 teams are. And I don't think not one of you can prove me wrong.
You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.